What's going on? Urban anthropologist here. Quick thought that might change how you see the world. No filters, no myths. So far, we've talked about clinal variation and how human traits changed gradually across space. Now let's take this one step deeper. Human genetic diversity didn't start as neat clusters. It started as clines, gradual gradients formed by ancient migrations. When early humans expanded, they didn't move in straight lines. They spread slowly in waves over tens of thousands of years. As populations moved, they stayed connected to neighboring groups. Genes flowed between them. That's what created long, continuous genetic lines stretching across continents. Now here's the key part. At certain points in history, population expansions happened. A group sitting on a cline would grow rapidly, spread widely, and leave stronger genetic signals than surrounding populations. When that happens, what we call a genetic cluster appears. This is because one part of a cline expanded more than others. Take West Eurasians as an example. Ancient populations across North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe formed a broad West Eurasian cline. There were no sharp genetic borders between North Africa and the Levant and Anatolia and Europe. Just gradual change. But over time, several expansions occurred. Upper Paleolithic hunter-gatherer expansions, Neolithic farming expansions from the Near East, later Bronze Age movements from Eurasia. These expansions amplified certain genetic profiles. When you sample modern populations, those amplified signals show up as West Eurasian cluster. But that cluster isn't a discrete biological group. It's the result of geography, demography, and historical population growth. The same pattern appears elsewhere. East Asians formed from expansions along the East Eurasian cline. Indigenous Americans formed from a subset of Northeast Asian populations that expanded into the Americas. Oceanian populations reflect early coastal migrations followed by long isolation. In every case, clines come first. Expansions create clusters, and clusters overlap at the edges. This is why genetic clusters often align loosely with continents, but never cleanly with race. Race assumes fixed boundaries. Genetics show moving gradients shaped by history. So what does this mean? It means clusters are historical snapshots, not biological divisions. They tell us about where populations expanded and mixed, not who is fundamentally different. Human diversity is best understood as continuous, overlapping, and shaped by migration and growth, not as separate branches on a tree, but as a braided river. In the next part, we'll talk about how this complex reality was flattened into racial categories and why that flattening still matters today. Follow for the next part.